And welcome back, Dragon Age 2 with Zoe. We're getting our party back together. Last time we ended up helping out Aveline, closing it out. Now we've got the core 4 with Anders back in. In this episode, we're going to be heading out of Kirkwall and doing all the different wilderness zones and stuff like that. There'll be some back in Kirkwall. As they lead us back there, but for the most part we'll be heading into the overland. So the first one I picked is the one of the main quest lines called Enemies Among Us. Recall there's a Templar named Charon whose sister is looking for him, can't find him. We went and talked to some of the Templars, and they mentioned another Templar initiate, Wilmod, had recently kind of gone away, then come back, and now he's running away again. So we're tracking him down out here, and let's see how this one develops. What's going on with these Kirkwall Templars?
Andraste be my witness, Wilmot. I will have the truth from you now!
Mercy, sir. Mercy.
Were it that easy?
Don't hit me.
I will know where you're going, and I will know now!
Don't you lay another hand on that boy.
It's the Knight Captain. Don't.
This is Templar business, stranger.
You have struck me the last time, you pathetic human. To me!
Maker preserve us.
That's enough!
I knew he was involved in something sinister. But this... is it even possible?
Do you think he was possessed?
Normally, we only worry that mages will fall victim to possession. I have heard of blood mages or demons in solid form who could summon others into unwilling hosts. I'd not thought one of our own would be susceptible.
You shouldn't have been out here alone with him.
I am Knight Captain Cullen. I thank you for your assistance. I've been conducting an investigation of some of our recruits who have gone missing. Wilmod was the first to return. I had hoped to confront him quietly, out of sight.
If you didn't know he was possessed, why draw your sword on a recruit?
He'd only been back a few days when he left again secretly. It set off some warning bells. I meant to scare him into a confession. He had to believe my threats were genuine.
The recruits believed that Meredith was conducting some sort of deadly ritual.
What? That's preposterous. Recruits can be worse than a weaving circle with their rumors. There is a vigil before Templars take their arms, but the gravest danger they face is falling asleep.
Do you know what happened to Wilmod while he was gone?
Obviously more than I had anticipated. Wilmod has never been fully convinced of the Order's rules. Mages cannot be our friends. They must always be watched. I thought Wilmod might be meeting with some old friends who'd escaped the Circle.
I've got friends who are mages. Are you saying they need to always be watched as well?
I was at the Circle Tower in Ferelden during the Blight. I saw firsthand how Templars' trust and leniency can be rewarded.
Trust and leniency. Is that what you call it?
I still have nightmares of Uldred's depravities.
I was trying to find another recruit, a friend of Wilmot's. Do you know where Karen is?
He also disappeared. They were last seen together at the Blooming Rose. But I had no luck interrogating the, young ladies there. I doubt they know anything of magic or demons.
I'd be willing to search there.
The Order would truly be in your debt if you helped us with this. No one at the brothel will speak with me for fear I would shut them down for serving our recruits. If you learn what manner of creature did this to Wilmot, please come tell me in the gallows. I will ensure you are rewarded.
Alright, very disturbing stuff here. Templars being possessed by demons, becoming abominations. This stuff just isn't even supposed to happen in the Dragon Age world, you know. So that's very compelling. We'll get back to that once we're in Kirkwall again. For now, we're heading to this other location for Magistrate's orders. If you recall, we have to hunt down an escaped prisoner.
I've been sent for the man you've cornered here in the ruins.
Ah, so you're the reinforcements the Magistrate promised. The man you're looking for, he's holed up in the ruins. Though I doubt he's still in one piece.
That bastard's to be brought in alive after all he's done? Just because it isn't you and your pretty little Shemlin children he's after.
Please, calm down and tell me what happened.
The man you're after, he targets elves. He dragged my daughter into those ruins and killed her! I want him dead! My girl, Leah, she wasn't his first victim. Over the years, he's taken dozens of our children, and not once has he paid for his crimes.
Would you mind telling me who you are?
My name is Elrin. I'm a merchant in the city. Please, no one else cares that our children are being slaughtered like beasts.
There must be some humans who would take offense to these disappearances.
We're nothing to them. Even if this murderer does finally go before the courts, the Magistrate won't take our word over his.
Why only elves? Why not human children as well?
We're easy prey. No one thinks twice when an elven child disappears.
I'll tear his throat out myself.
Thank you, Sarah. You have no idea what this means. For all my damn coin, I'm still only an elf to these Shemlin. There'll be no justice for my girl in the courts of Kirkwall.
What do you say about all this?
They won't go in after him. They're stalling, trying to give the murdering bastard a chance to get away.
Oi now, elf. Like we said before, you're bleeding mad if you think we'll be going against the Magistrate's orders.
This murderer cannot be allowed to walk free.
Then that bastard will finally get what he deserves. Thank you.
Not wise, stranger. You try to take justice into your own hands, the Magistrate will have your head.
I must do what is right.
So those dialogue options leave a little something to be desired. On the one hand, Zoe has already shown that she will take justice into her own hands, kind of do things as she sees morally correct. On the other, she's sort of a mix of mostly diplomatic, but sometimes sarcastic. But yeah, I have to play it that way in order for other things to be available later in dialogue. It's kind of hard to explain. Just trust the master plan, Devitron. We'll see what happens.
cake.
Okay, look in the loot there. You see Spider's Silk Gland. That's actually a quest item. It's the first of 3 that you collect for an herbalist. And the only way to start the quest is to just get one of the 3. And then you can go turn it in, and he says, hey, there are others, you know. So that's another one of those just quests that the game doesn't really tell you about. But from having done it a lot, we know it's there. Now here, unfortunately, it's the only trap in Act 1 that Varric can't get. Look at that. Yeah, he'd actually have to already be at 27 cunning to get that trap. It's the only trap in Act 1 that's considered master level, which is the highest level. Now here, a decent little necklace upgrade for Zoe. It's not amazing or anything, but just a nice one. And lots of spiders, you know. Notice I switched one of the mages to electricity. Spiders are weak to electricity. Now let's see what's in the big main room. Big tough fight there. Group is playing great. That's easily a wipe with all the undead, arcane horror, spiders, etc. As a fun fact side note, there is a mod out there that replaces all the spiders in the game with a different model, like say a dog or something. Some people are just so creeped out by spiders that they can't take it and they don't want them in the game.
Who are you? Please, can you get me out of here? I just want to go home.
Leah? Your father told us you were dead.
My father? Is he safe? Kelder said that he'd hurt my family if I didn't come with him.
Who is Kelder?
The man who took me.
I don't see any injuries. Are you all right?
He hit me, told me I was nothing. I begged him to stop hurting me. I didn't think he would, but out of nowhere, he pushed me away and just started crying. Don't you see? He didn't mean to hurt me. He told me. There are demons. They make him do these horrible things.
What kind of demons? What did they look like?
I don't know what they look like. I didn't actually see any of them. But Kelder told me to run, to get away so they couldn't make him hurt me anymore. Please don't kill him. It's not his fault. Please.
Kelder is dangerous, Leah. If he fights back, I can't promise he won't get hurt.
He won't fight you, I promise.
Run to the entrance. You'll find your father there.
Everyone stay still and try not to make any loud noises.
That's the last of them.
I knew my father would eventually send someone. I was hoping the beasts down here would get to me first.
You wanted those creatures to kill you. Why?
It's what I deserve. I should be torn apart, forgotten down here, not protected by my father.
The magistrate sent me. I've never even met your father.
He didn't tell you, did he? The magistrate is my father. He's tried so hard to keep me, and what I've done, hidden away.
He's known, and he's been protecting you this whole time.
The magistrate is supposed to protect the people of the city, and that includes the elves.
Father is a good man. He tried to help, to stop me, but he can't. No one can. That elf girl, she had no right to be so beautiful, so perfect. The demons said she needed to be taught a lesson, like all the others. The Circle was supposed to help me, but they lied. They said there were no demons, that I was mad. This isn't my fault.
Leah said you told her to run. Why?
I was crying, and she asked me if I was all right. After everything the demons made me do to her, she was concerned about me. How could I let them destroy something so good, so pure?
Let me get this straight. You torture and murder elven children for being too beautiful.
I didn't want to hurt them. They forced me. The demons don't like it when they cry.
It's obvious that you're not well. You need help.
No, I'm not mad. It's the demons.
Real mages suffer enough without charlatans like you making it worse.
I can't stop. I've tried so many times. Please, you have to kill me. There's no other way. Just tell my father I'm sorry. For everything.
If nothing short of killing you will stop this, then so be it. Goodbye, Kelder.
You saved her. My little girl. I didn't dare hope... Did you find that monster? Is he dead?
He won't harm Leah or anyone else. Ever again.
I didn't believe an elf could ever get justice in Kirkwall. I speak for all of us when I say that we are in your debt, Sarah.
I feel just as bad for those knife ears as the next man. But ignoring the magistrate's direct orders, that's madness.
So if ignoring the magistrate's direct orders is madness, I wonder what killing his son is? Yeah, this is one of those decisions. There are actually forum posts, for years on this game. What do people do? Like surveys, sometimes you can put a survey in a forum. Everybody just kills the guy. He's a, child molester, preys on the weak, elven, children, murderer. I mean, it's just pretty much consensus. Everybody kills that guy.
I'll deal with this.
Okay, a touch sloppy there. I was expecting a trap. That's why I led with Varric, but I think it's in Act 2 when you come here that there's a trap there. Anyway, to wrap up the Magistrate's Son, I have played it once where I just take him in and try to let law and order serve justice. Not very satisfying. As for the dialogue choices I mentioned, you have to be careful not to upset your party members. And that's one of those quests where you can get a lot of rivalry if you don't, pick it just the way I did.
Old Shemlin, your kind are not welcome among the Dalish.
What's a Shemlin?
It means you're not one of the people, and you should leave now.
Who are you people?
We are the last of the Elven.
Keep that in mind, Hawke. Elves you see elsewhere, figments of your imagination.
They have given up their identity to live among Shemlin. They're Elven no more.
I was given an amulet for someone named Marathari.
How do you know that name?
Wait. This is the one the Keeper spoke of.
A Shemlin? I thought she'd be an elf.
Enter the camp. Keeper Marathari has been waiting for you.
Cause trouble, and you'll meet our blades, stranger.
Marathari, I was told to bring you this amulet.
Andarana Tishan, travelers. Indeed, I am Keeper Marathari. Let me look at you. There's truth in your face. A rare thing in a human. Tell me how this burden fell to you, child.
Your guard said you spoke of me. How did you know I was coming?
I listened. To the wind, to the birds, as the hunters do. To my dreams. I watched the stars. There is great wisdom to be found all around us, if you know how to listen for it. But I was not certain. Nothing is certain.
Are you the leader of these Dalish? Why did the witch tell me to bring this amulet to you?
I am the keeper of this clan. It is my task to guide my people and to ensure the old ways are not forgotten. As for Asha Belinar, I am tied to her, just as you are, by a debt that must be repaid.
Exactly what have I been carrying around? Is it magic?
It is a promise, child. Made by one whose word still has weight. And therefore, it has terrible power. There are few things in this world stronger than a promise kept. Remember that.
This amulet's owner rescued my family from the Blight. In return, I agreed to bring it to you.
I honor you for coming to me. But I'm afraid your part in this is not done yet. The amulet must be taken to an altar at the top of the mountain, and given a Dalish rite for the departed. Then, return the amulet to me. Do this and your debt will be repaid.
Are you going to teach me this rite for the departed?
I will send my first with you. She will see to it the ritual is done. And when it is complete, I must ask that you take her with you when you go.
Who is your first? First of what?
Your people would call her my apprentice, or heir. Meryl would have taken my place as keeper. But she has chosen a new path. Please, guide her safely from here.
If that's what you want.
It isn't what I want, but it is what she wants. You will find Meryl waiting for you on the trail just up the mountain. Dareth Shiral.
3 days in a row, I've shot at and missed deer.
Maybe it's not the... Maybe it's just you that's cursed my love.
You always know just what to say to put my mind at ease.
I believe you lost this somewhere.
I thought this was lost to us, like so many other things. My gratitude.
Alright, so a nice lost item turn in there. We're going to do some scavenging around the Dalish camp. And there is a vendor here who, I don't think right now, but throughout the other acts, he has some good stuff. So we'll check him out.
Oh, it's a little flat for a bowl, perhaps?
Told you so.
And as for why we're here in Sundermount, yeah, we almost forgot, right? We have to give the amulet that Flemeth gave us in exchange for saving us way back in the prologue. Remember that? Yeah, that's been here the whole time. And like I've said throughout, you can do it, you know, right away at a different time, whatever. Just the way I did my master plan, I put off all these wilderness zones until later, which is right now. So there's a little bit of some weird immersion issues because it's been a year. Like even if you go immediately, it's been a year.
This crafting is
So,
second to none, I assure you.
I guess the amulet could have waited that long. Who knows? Why couldn't you leave Kirkwall while you were working for the Red Iron and do this? I don't know. Again, just a small inconsistency. So level up, some good stuff. Check this out. We're going to get Pummel on Zoe, which is an upgrade for Shield Bash. And it lowers the cooldown, but most important, it causes stagger. It's a guaranteed stagger on any enemy. So she'll be setting up stagger status. Barrett gets Bianca's Song, which is sustainable. That is a self buff for him. He's, as you kind of gather, he's kind of like a bard. He's a storyteller. So now he's going to be playing a little drum and stuff like that. Bethany, unfortunately, has to take Arcane Shield because this is the time to do it in the master plan. Similar to Anders, it's not a great skill, but we need to have it for the end boss in Act 1. So we'll go ahead and equip her with that, or rather turn it on. And Anders didn't get a level up. What he's gonna get when he does is an upgrade for Chain Lightning, which will detonate staggered enemies. So notice I changed the tactic right now to enemy status staggered, cast Chain Lightning. So again, we actually didn't get the upgrade yet, but it's coming because he's about to level.
Well, by all means, let's go up to the angry wandering elves and say hello.
And the reason I go ahead and switch it in there is because Zoe just got the setup skill, you know, Shield Bash upgraded, now causing stagger 100% of the time. And remember, Shield Bash is in an arc, it can do area effect in a tight arc, right? So sometimes she shield bashes and gets like 3 things, and they're all staggered, and then chain lightning goes off, which detonates staggered. So it can be pretty big time. At any rate, enough talk. Let's move on with the quest. We have to meet the first of Marathari and get this rite done.
Oh, I didn't hear. You must be the one the Keeper told me about. Anathera.
I'm so sorry. I didn't ask your name. Unless... It's not rude to ask a human their name, is it? I'm Meryl, which you probably knew already. I'm rambling, sorry.
We didn't get a proper introduction.
I am... or was, I suppose. The first to keep a Marathari. I've studied the old ways for as long as I can remember. I know things. The law of the Dalish that can help us get to the summit of Sundermort.
Why are you leaving the Dalish for Kirkwall?
I have to. Let's leave it at that for now, all right?
I get the feeling you're in trouble.
It's not like that. Not exactly, anyway. The Keeper and I have disagreements, but it will sort itself out in time.
Did you hear that strange noise?
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
You seem awfully nervous.
You're only the second human I've seen up close. Last time was not a happy memory. A Grey Warden took away one of our hunters to fight the Darkspawn. I heard she fought the Archdemon. I wonder what's become of her.
My name is Hawke. Glad to make your acquaintance, Meryl.
Thank you. I'm afraid I'm not very experienced with your kind. The Keeper said you came from Ferelden. I spent most of my life there. We only came north a few years ago. Have you been in the Free Marches long? Do you like it here?
I've lived in Kirkwall for a year now. It's a good place to get a fresh start.
Really? I hope you're right. We should go. Your task is for Asher Bellinar. It's not wise to make her wait.
What do we have to do with the amulet?
It's a funeral of sorts. I'll perform it when we get to the mountaintop. Getting there is the tricky part. Our hunters haven't been able to reach the summit. Dark things are about.
I take it you've been expecting me to bring this amulet for some time.
The Keeper brought us here to wait for you. I don't know much more than that. I do know that you have Asher Bellinar's amulet, and we must bring it to the altar on the mountaintop. Nothing more.
Do you know the witch who sent me here?
No, not personally. My people tell stories of her, though. You're very lucky. Most people who meet Asher Bellinar wind up in little pieces, hanging from the trees.
Let's get this over with. The Keeper didn't mention you were a mage.
All Keepers know a bit of old magic. The stories tell us that all Elven once had the gift. But like so many things, it was lost. It's a Keeper's job to remember, to restore what we can.
Can't demons possess Dalish mages?
It can happen. And when it does, the clan must hunt and kill their own keeper.
Does the Chantry know about the Dalish mages?
Oh, they know. Keeper Marathari told me that was one of the reasons we never camped too long in one place. They usually won't pursue us if we stay away from the cities and towns and keep moving.
And no one minds having to pick up and move over and over just to protect a few of you?
Why would they mind? Once we've picked over a hunting ground, there's no reason to stay. But my clan is now in more danger, having lost our Hala.
If you go to Kirkwall, you'll be an apostate in a city full of Templars.
I know. But if I don't go to Kirkwall, I'll be alone. A solitary elf is easy prey for anyone. In the city, I can get lost in the crowd.
I'm glad you decided to pitch in back there.
Oh! Oh, you're welcome. I wasn't sure I'd be much good. I've done a little fighting before, but it was always alone. I'll try not to hit anyone. On our side, I mean. I'm babbling again. Let's go.
Don't you?
Alright, as promised, Anders level up not far behind. And we're going to get that chain reaction, which is the upgrade for chain lightning, increasing the amount of enemies it hits and detonating staggered enemies.
Don't trust a sanctified ass. Why would anyone make the ground vertical?
So the Keeper finally found someone to take you from here.
Yes.
Then finish your task quickly, human. We cannot be rid of this one too soon.
I'm sensing a story here.
I have made my choice. And I will save our clan whatever you think.
What's going on here, Meryl?
Nothing. Just ignorance. We should go.
A landslide blocked the path. There's a cave that should take us to the other side.
I'm sorry. You're not really seeing the Dalish at their best. We're good people that look out for each other. Just not today, apparently.
Is there anything I can do to help?
It's kind of you to ask. I'm fine. Even if my people don't appreciate my efforts, I must see this through. Let's go. Ashabelana isn't known for her patience.
Okay, here notice Gauntlets of the Fallen. I believe I immediately equipped them. That's the Act 1 Hawke Warrior set. Every act has an item set for Hawke, regardless of what class you play. And the Fallen set is the Act 1 Warrior set, so we'll gradually be seeing more pieces of that. Nice fight there, and you're seeing stagger and disorient combos already firing off. Okay, a Shadow Warrior, whatever that is. Basically a lieutenant, but an undead one. And we absolutely just stun-locked it. Had a nice... You saw chain lightning detonate there when I sundered it. So we burned through that guy really quick. Everything's firing pretty well. There's a few little hiccups, but for the most part, I'm really pleased with the tactics right now.
I can open the way forward. One moment.
That was a summoning. That takes blood magic. Are you crazy?
Yes, it was blood magic, but I know what I'm doing. The spirit helped us, didn't it?
Sure, demons are very helpful. Right up until they take your mind and turn you into a monster.
Well, yes. But that won't happen. I know how to defend myself. Be careful up ahead. Restless things prowl the heights. In the days of Arlathan, the elders came here to sleep. Uthanara. The endless dream, they called it. But they don't sleep peacefully anymore. to rest. I think it's safe now. Place the amulet on the altar, and I'll begin the rite.
So sorry for the break in immersion here. I'm real tempted by this ring. Because that green one, special deliveries, the deep green that Anders wears, just really isn't that good, other than for better equipment. But anyway, I decide not to. Sorry.
Aharin amalana salen. Emma ira au bella zaviranan. Isalahamin vinanhim dofilas. In usanera narivas.
And here we are.
Andarana Tishan Ashabalana.
One of the people. I see. So young and bright. Do you know who I am, beyond that title?
I know only a little.
Then stand. The people bend their knee too quickly. So refreshing to see someone who keeps their end of a bargain. I half expected my amulet to end up in a merchant's pocket.
I agreed to deliver the amulet, though you could have told me you were inside it.
Just a piece. A small piece, but it was all I needed. A bit of security, should the inevitable occur. And if I know my Morrigan, it already has.
What are you? A spirit? An abomination? This is no magic I've ever seen.
And you would know of spirits and abominations.
I'm a mage. Of course I know of such things.
Of course. I am a fly in the ointment. I am a whisper in the shadows. I am also an old, old woman. More than that, you need not know.
Is that someone I should know?
She's a girl who thinks she knows what is what better than I or anyone. And why not? I raised her to be as she is. I cannot expect her to be less.
I'm not sure whether she's your daughter or your enemy.
Neither is she.
Why did you need me to bring you here?
Because I had an appointment to keep. And because I did not want to be followed, you smuggled me here quite nicely.
I don't understand. Are you some kind of vision?
Must I be in only one place? Bodies are such limiting things. I am but a fragment cast adrift from the whole, a bit of flotsam to cling to in the storm.
A fragment?
You do not need to understand, child. Know only that you may have saved my life, just as I once saved yours. An even trade, I think.
You have plans, I take it.
Destiny awaits us both, dear girl. We have much to do. Before I go, a word of advice. We stand upon the precipice of change. The world fears the inevitable plummet into the abyss. Watch for that moment, and when it comes, do not hesitate to leap. It is only when you fall that you learn whether you can fly.
What should I do?
Do as I do. Become a dragon. You could never be a dragon. As for you, child, step carefully. No path is darker than when your eyes are shut.
Maceranus Ashabelinar.
Now the time has come for me to leave. You have my thanks and my sympathy.
Okay, some nice closure to that line with Flemeth, and it's always nice to see her. Now, we're done here, but we're going to clear the rest of the mountain, and there's a couple oversights. One is I've never turned on Bianca's song, Varric Sustainable. You see it there in the 3 slot. This whole time I just forgot about it, never turned it on.
Someone's left a surprise here for us.
The other oversight is I need to switch to electricity damage. Both mages have cold staff right now, and the enemy we're about to fight is immune to cold, so it's a total screw up. But let's see how it goes.
Piece of cake.
Okay, so luckily we got through it. The Revenant there, those are immune to cold. And also we have Meryl. She's still with us and fighting as kind of a 5th party member. So it wasn't the end of the world, but definitely an oversight. It's right here on my walkthrough and my notes and everything, but just forgot to do it. Alright, there's a few minutes left on the episode, and it's mostly dialogue. We're gonna walk back down the mountain after we scavenge up here. And then we talk with Marathai, and then the game just teleports you back to Kirkwall and the alienage because Meryl's leaving the clan, and there'll be some dialogue once we're there, so I won't get a chance to put any more voiceover in, so I'll just get it all done here. It's a little bit shorter than an hour, but I think all of the episodes so far have been over an hour, so you kind of deserve a quick one. And it's a nice spot to stop with Meryl having reached Kirkwall, and you know, that's just where we'll pick it up next time. So I hope you're enjoying this nice walk down the mountain, the beautiful scenery and landscapes. This is Dragon Age 2. Zoe, Bethany, the sisters Hawke signing off. We'll see you next time.
Maceranus, child, your debt is paid in full. It isn't too late to change your mind, Dalen.
Dareth Shiral, Keeper. I'm ready. Let's depart. Elganon. Is this really where the elves live?
Not the prettiest part of Kirkwall, but it doesn't have a view of the giant chains. Take what you can get.
I didn't think it would be so... I've never seen so many people in one place before. It seems so lonely.
You already know me. You'll make other friends soon enough.
Guy. Thank you. Thank you for everything. For all your help. Will you come visit me? Not now, of course. But maybe later. I could use a friend.
I'd like that, Meryl.
Thank you. Oh, I'm thanking you too much, aren't I? I mean it, though.